मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, द्रबहु सुदशरथ achara bihari. Lord Ram is the source of infinite bliss and removes the inauspicious. May the son of Dashrath bless us all with his grace. Sri Ram, the seventh incarnation of Lord Vishnu, descended on earth on the auspicious occasion of Ram Navami. May this joyous occasion bring a lot of positivity, peace, harmony, and prosperity in our lives. Things experienced in our childhood leave an indelible mark on our memories. On the occasion of Ram Navami, I remember some interesting episodes of Ram Katha heard in my childhood. It is not that after that I have never listened to Ram Katha. I do Ram Katha twice every year. But the stories heard in childhood affect us more because of our imaginations. Here I would like to recall some interesting incidents from the Ram Katha. The first episode is sometime before the birth of Maryada Purushottam Ram. At that time, Mother Earth was plagued by the sins of Ravan. To rid the earth from the ravages or atrocities of Ravan, Lord Vishnu decided to incarnate as Sri Ram. Tulsidas ji says, जब जब होई धर्म की हानि, बढ़ही असुर अधम अभिमानी, तब तब प्रभु धरी विविध शरीरा, हरहि कृपा निधि सज्जन पीरा. At the time of Sri Ram's birth, the residents of Ayodhya felt a sense of relief and anticipation. Tulsidas ji has described it beautifully. Naumi tithi madhumas punita, sukal paksh abhijit hariprita, madhya divas ati seet na dhama, pavan kal lok vishrama. The next episode is of the Namankaran of Sri Ram and his three brothers. While listening to this story, I must have been around 5 or 6 years old, and for the first time I understood the meaning of the word Ram, which Tulsidas ji explains in his Chaupai. Jo anand sindhu sukh rasi, si karte trilok supasi. Peace and joy on all the three worlds. The most painful incident for me was when the supreme living symbol of truth, love and sacrifice, Sri Ram, was exiled for 14 years. Sri Ram, along with Devi Sita and Lakshman ji, left Ayodhya and went into exile. By doing so, Sri Ram upheld both the value of his father's promise and the dignity of Raghukul intact. Raghukul Reet Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jaye, Par Vachan Na Jaye, and became the living embodiment of the same. As a child, I was most impressed by Hanumanji's character. He is perhaps the greatest devotee of Sri Ram. Hanumanji is all-powerful and all-knowing. Neither Ram nor Ramayana is complete without Hanuman. It is said that the world cannot go on without Sri Ram, and Ramji cannot do without Hanuman. The entire Balkand is a saga of valor filled with bravery, wisdom, strength and devotion of Hanumanji. We all know about the wisdom, tact and incredible strength of Hanumanji, but very few people know that Hanumanji was initiated into the Navadha Bhakti by Nandiji, the ardent devotee of Lord Shiva. Therefore, Hanumanji is also known as Das Bhakt Shiromani. Pavan Tanay Sankat Haran, Mangal Murti Roop, Ram Lakhan Sita Sahita, Hriday Basahu Sururup. My father, who is a devotee of Sri Ram, may be inspired by this doha named me as Tanay. Pavan Tanay means son of Lord Vayu. An unusual episode filled with devotion is about the construction of Ram Setu to reach Lanka from Rameshwar. Here, Sri Ram got the idea to install a shivling for his beloved Lord Shiva. Hearing the words of Sri Ram, Sugriv sent many messengers who fetched the best sages and brought them to Rameshwar. The shivling was installed and worshipped with all Vedic rituals. Then Lord Sri Ram named this divine shrine as Rameshwaram. When Hanumanji asked the meaning of this name, Lord Ram explained it as Ramasya Ishwarah Sah Rameshwarah, meaning the God of Ram is Rameshwar. When Shiva was narrating this story to Sati, he cleverly changed the interpretation as Ram Ishwaro Yasya Sah Rameshwara, meaning Ram is my Ishwar, therefore Rameshwar. Since ages, Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh have represented the divine Trimurti and have complemented each other, but we, in our ignorance, have tended to divide ourselves as Vaishnavas or Shaivites and whatnot. By doing this, we are demeaning the greatness of the Trimurti. Sri Ram himself says, I believe in Lord Shiva. The person who slanders Shiva cannot be my devotee. That person cannot see me even in his dreams. Like all previous years, devotees can join the festival of Ram Navami organized by Rudralife this year too. A grand musical recitation of Akhand Ramayana is being organized. This recitation will be by 6 Vedic Brahmins and it will begin on 21st April from 11:30 am and will continue till the next day. We urge all the devotees to join this Anushthan with a Sankalp. Organizing such elaborate pujas individually during this pandemic is almost impossible due to several reasons. Therefore, this event of Rudralife has special significance. It is believed that just listening to the Ramayana eliminates all sorrows and brings prosperity and happiness. In every puja, it is compulsory to take a Sankalp. Puja without a Sankalp is considered incomplete. There are innumerable instances in the Puranas where sages and pandits used to conduct pujas on behalf of kings or other yajmans by taking a Sankalp in their names, and the yajman benefited from it. In the Yajna Mimamsa, there is a clear instruction that if a person is not able to perform a puja, then by taking a Sankalp in his name with the help of a qualified Vedic Pandit, a puja or havan etc. can be done. Along with these special pujas, some other pujas that are going to take place in the month of April are, one is Pap Mochni Ekadashi. This is on 7th April. Fasting and worshipping on this day brings relief from all sins and sorrows with the great grace of Lakshmi Narayan. Masik Shivratri is on 10th of April. This day is a special day for Lord Shiva's worship. With the grace of Mahadev, all the sorrows and sufferings of the devotees are mitigated and good health is also attained along with long life. 12th April is the Muhurta of Lakshmi Narayan Puja. With the grace of Ashtalakshmi and Narayana, all-round prosperity is attained. Then comes Chaitra Navratri Puja. This begins from 13th April to 22nd April. On each day of Navratri, special worship of 9 forms of goddess has been arranged, and also this Navmi Kanya Pujan is also organized on the 9th day. Havan will also be done, so it is a total Navchandi part. By doing this, we get physical, mental and spiritual strength from Devi Durga. Shani Pradosh is on 24th April. Pradosh Vrat and Puja is considered beneficial for Santan Prapti as well. Hanuman Jayanti falls on 27th April, and on this day, the recitation of Shat Hanuman Chalisa and the Sundarkand part will be done by the Vedic Brahmins. Tulsidas says in his Hanuman Chalisa, Jo Shatbar Paath Kar Koi, Chhutei Bandi Mahasukh Hoi. Reciting the Chalisa results in knowledge and wisdom. Buddhihin Tanu Jani Ke, Subiro Pavan Kumar, Bal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Moi, Haro Kales Vikar. By chanting this, one gets physical and mental strength. Sankata Kate Mite Sab Pira, Jo Sumire Hanumat Balbira. In this Kalyug, recitation of Hanuman Chalisa fulfills all desires. Jo Yah Pade Hanuman Chalisa, Hoye Siddhi Sakhi Gaurisa. Sundarkand part pacifies the malefic effect of the planets, gives reliefs from ailments, infuses one with energy and bestows siddhis. All devotees can take a sankalp for themselves and their family members on this special occasion. Ganesh Sankashti is on the 30th of April. Vignaharta Ganesh, all obstacles and hurdles are removed and wealth and prosperity is attained. So come and join the various pujas to be held throughout this month of April, and may the divine grace make your life more successful. For detailed information and registrations of all the pujas, you can contact rudralife.com. Thank you. Namaskar.